Welcome to the Sherwood Urban Farm, and in today's video I am going to show you how I raise my meat rabbits in my backyard on grass. So you could probably guess that we are not vegetarians and we are not vegans. We do enjoy our meat, but we choose to purchase our meat from a guy who has a game farm in Riebeek East, so it's venison. Or we will also purchase our meat from a farmer in the Elands River Valley where she raises her pigs on pasture and they can wallow and they can shovel to their heart's content. We also eat rabbit meat, which we obviously raise here in our back garden, and we love our rabbits, and we have chosen that we will take full responsibility for their lives while they are on our property, from when they are born until the day that they die. And it just is how it is in this planet. Something has to die for something else to live. So with that out of the way, let's dive into the video. Moved into the greenhouse. It's just so cold outside at the moment. I find it so disturbing when you see footage of how commercial farmers raise our meat that we find in the supermarkets. They're using the minimum amount of space and consideration for the animals to get the maximum yield, all in the name of profitability. Just because we can doesn't mean that we should. When farming in this way, the animals are very stressed, so then they are more prone to pests and diseases, which then require medication and antibiotics and poisons to kill the pests and diseases and whatever. And this is the meat that we are eating that is available to us in the supermarkets. And most of us don't really know, or we just don't have the capacity to actually care about it. And we can't afford anything else. A lot of us cannot afford anything else. So this is what is on offer to the consumer, this stressed, medicated meat. It is of no wonder that various cancers and dreaded diseases are wreaking havoc on folks' lives. You truly are what you eat. The Department of Agriculture has been promoting the farming of meat rabbits as a cheap source of protein. Of course, their method would be to stack hundreds of cages on top of each other in a dimly lit shed and not for 1 second respecting the natural behavior of rabbits. Rabbits are fairly intelligent as far as rodents go and can even be taught to perform tricks or use a litter box. It is for these reasons that I have chosen to raise our rabbits differently, on grass with as much space as possible. So let me show you how I do it. So this is the second coop which we built of the 3 that we have, and you can notice here that you're able to open the coop on both sides, with the one side being this mesh side. That enables you to be able to get to the rabbit that's there on that side, or if you need to clean out or whatever it is. We also have a wire mesh on the ground because occasionally they will dig, so that prevents them from digging through. In future I might just build both the doors out of that corrugated roof sheeting, because what we have to do now is I have to put on this extra sheet on that side where the mesh is, because of the, if it gets too hot, then at least it can provide some shade for them, especially in the summer, because rabbits really do not do well in hot temperature. But when we built this, I didn't want to make it too heavy, and that is why we went with this route. So I put this arm in to keep the lid up so that it doesn't come down on your head, and it allows you to use both your hands when you are working inside the coop. Now this is our biggest coop. It was the 3rd coop that we built. We've attached these wheels onto it so that it is easier to move the coop. And we move our coops every day to combat any kind of parasite pressure, and then also so that the rabbits are on fresh grass every day. Now this coop doesn't have any wire at the bottom because we normally just have the fryers in, and they don't cotton onto digging before it's their time to go to freezer camp. So this works so well, and it's so easy to move this coop along. And I'm going to probably put wheels on the coop that I just showed you, just to help with moving that coop without breaking your back. So this is the first coop that we ever built. We actually built it for baby chicks when we would get in our little chicks. And this one we now use for one of the does, and it's also quite easy to move. It has got the wire mesh at the bottom as well. We never used to, that's a recent attachment because that particular rabbit, she likes to dig. And it also has the doors or the lids on the top, which open, the wire mesh can open, and the metal one obviously can also open. And so we also have to still put on the shade thing for them during the day as well. I clean out everything in the coops every day. That is just the leftovers of the hay, the lucerne hay. And then this is great. You can either put it as a mulch on top of your beds, or you can put it into the compost heap. And then once I've moved the coop, then I will also rake up their poop. They're very clean. They like to poop in one place. It's normally in the one corner of the coop. And then this I will go and put either in the compost, or you can put that also straight onto your vegetable beds. Oops, mind your nose. So in the mornings, then we'll give them lucerne hay, and we make sure that they get fresh water every day. And also just making sure that their water bowls are cleaned out. Now I found that if they have a bowl as opposed to one of those bottles that they've got to suck out of, that works much better. I mean, if you think of them in the wild, they're not going to have some bottle that they're going to drink out of. These ones in particular, this is a water bowl for a water feeder for dogs, for small dogs, and I find this works really well. It can last a rabbit for about 2 or 3 days, and then I'll clean it out nicely. It's very important that they do have nice clean bowls, and then you just have to fill it up and you put the lid on, and it's great. It lasts them for that amount of time. What's also nice about this one is that they don't, sometimes they will step on the side and then they'll tip the water over, so there's no ways that you can tip it over. Lucerne hay is high in protein and calcium, which is great for nursing, pregnant or growing rabbits. We also give them lucerne pellets, which for the same reason, for the pregnant or nursing and growing rabbits, which is high in the protein and there's no hormones and stuff in it. And then Flopsy, the male, he gets normal rabbit pellets. And here you can just quickly see that is the amount that they're supposed to get. One of those scoops is about 120 grams. And so I'll give one for Flopsy in a day, and then the girls will get one, say 1.5 per day of the lucerne pellets. And then, so that scoop is about 120 milliliters as well, which works out to what they would need. Now, when handling your rabbit, please do not pick them up by their ears. That is not the handle of a suitcase, you know what I'm saying? They have also got feelings in their ears, and it does hurt when you do that. So you can easily just pick them up. You just grab them around there, like by their waistline, and you pick them up. Now, if you handle them a lot, then they will be tame, like Flopsy is, and then you can handle them and pick them up easily. But don't use their ears as a handle. Now, when you want to mate your rabbits, it is recommended that you put the female in with the male. Otherwise, he'll be sniffing around. But Flopsy's not like that. He knows, he just wants to get down to business. Now, you would think this would be the most natural thing in the world, but sometimes he just doesn't quite get it right. I think here he's now actually on her head. And you can hear she's getting a little bit annoyed with his nonsense. So we always try out like that. And if that doesn't work, then we're going to have to help. Catherine, my daughter, is quite good with this. So then she will have to step in and help out here. Now we just hold her still so that he can actually get it in the correct position. It is very important that he falls off. You'll notice here, see how he kicks back like that? That means he's got it right. If he's just going at it and he doesn't fall off, that means he didn't get it right. And we just make sure that he gets it right properly, so we help there again, just positioning him correctly. And then this is how he must do it. It must be that he gets hold of it like that, and then he has to fall off. He doesn't fall off, that means that he didn't hit the target. That was a classic one. There he fell off perfectly. Now she's had enough of it. 3 to 5 days before the doe's due date, we place the nesting box into the coop. We also put some hay in the coop so that she can build her nest inside the box. The doe will line the box with her own fur, which serves to keep the newborns warm. Don't be alarmed when you almost never see the mommy rabbit in with her litter. She will feed them once a day and then leave the nest as not to attract predators. We found it useful to weigh the kits daily for the first 14 days and thereafter weekly on the same day of the week to make sure that they are thriving. We will sometimes place the runt of the litter on the mom during the day to nurse, giving it the best chance of survival. They are born without fur and they are blind and deaf, and after about a week and a half, their eyes and ears open. By 2.5 weeks, they have all their fur and will occasionally even leave the nest to explore their surroundings. I suppose I am a little bit of a dreamer. I mean, I can imagine having hundreds of rabbits in mobile coops on all the fields and parks all over the city. Not only rabbits, even chickens. You can do meat chickens like that as well. And employing people to look after them during the day, where they get moved every day and their water and food is provided for them. And they are on grass that is not being used for anything. Often all it's been done is it's just been mowed and all that grass just goes to the landfills. Imagine that. Imagine you could have small-scale intensive farming of different crops all over the city on all the open spaces. I would love that. Anyways, maybe it's a dream. Maybe it can never happen in South Africa. But it's just something that I could see really could work. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. And really, I would love to have those who are meat eaters consider raising your own broilers. You can do that in exactly the same way, or meat rabbits in your back garden. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends, and enjoy the rest of your day.